Hi again, everybody. I'm Harry Donahue, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm standing here on the first tee at Ravens Claw, where in late May, the Valley Forge Invitational will be played. That is going to be a LPGA Symetra Tour event. First time the Symetra Tour has been to the Philadelphia area. Not long ago, they had a media day, and we spoke to the golf course architect, that's Ed Sheeran, host professional Jim Bromley, and we'll also meet, coming up later in the show, the superintendent. All the pressure's on him, right? Randy Kresge. That's coming up next. A look at Ravens Claw right here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
In 2008, 13-year-old Lester Bell snuck through the fence of Cedar Crest Golf Course. That's where PGA professional Ira McGraw first met him. But back home, Lester had given up hope for a future. So Ira gave the young man a job, became his friend, and 3 years later, his legal guardian. Today, Lester's still golfing, and he hasn't given up since. The best stories end in thanks. Share your story at ThanksPGAPro.com.
The First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. If you've been watching the show for a while, you know that the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board is really involved in promoting Montgomery County golf, Montco Golf. And they're really involved now in a big event coming right here to Ravens Claw outside of Pottstown. The LPGA Symetra Tour, which is sort of like the AAA of women's professional golf in the U.S., will be here May 21st to May 26th. It's one of their 22 events on the year. The top 10 money earners from the Symetra Tour at the end of the year get bumped up to the regular LPGA Tour. And this year's event in late May here at Ravens Claw will have as one of the players Emily Gimple. Maybe you remember Emily. She began her career in golf as a youngster at White Marsh Valley, played in high school, played in college, and is now in the midst of her career, chasing the dream on the Symetra Tour.
I grew up playing at, at White Marsh Valley, and it's through playing in Montgomery County and at White Marsh where I've met many of you, so I thought it would be kind of fun to...
Emily Gimple is a native of Montgomery County, Lafayette Hill, and here you are coming back to play a Symetra tournament. That's got to be pretty exciting.
I'm thrilled. I am just so excited to have a tournament, near where I grew up, and my family and friends will be able to come, and it's really special.
Give us an update. I haven't seen you in a couple of years.
Yes.
We started probably 3 or 4 years ago with Lou Guzzi.
Yes.
How's things going for you? How long now you've been on the Symetra Tour?
Everything's going great. I've had a great off season. I've been working really hard, so I'm ready for a big season this year.
Do you have experience here playing at Ravens Claw?
I do. It's been a few years, but in high school we had, I believe it was one of the rounds of districts here at Ravens Claw, so I'm excited to come back. It's a great track. Yeah,
Jim Bromley is now the pro here at Ravens Claw, and you said he gave you your first lesson at White Marsh Valley. How old were you then?
8 or 9 probably.
Well, you have a good contact.
I sure do.
Well, listen, good luck to you.
Thank
Hope
you.
everything
Thanks,
works
Harry.
out well, not only here, but throughout the season.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you again, Emily.
Thank you. You too.
Well, these are the days that are always the most fun for me. Announcing a new tournament is always fun, and then being able to do it in the backyard of one of our players, make that special experience of somebody who's dreamed of playing the game their whole life at a professional level, and to be able to do it in front of their families is it's a really special opportunity.
Mike Nichols is with the LPGA Symetra Tour, and Mike, I guess we're proud of Montgomery County hosting this event. How does the Symetra Tour feel about coming to Montgomery County?
Well, we're excited because we've been trying to get to the Philadelphia area for a long time, and so this has sort of been one of those holes. And when we look at the sort of the United States, we're playing 14 different states and 20 plus times around the country. So this was really a hole on the sort of the geographic flow of the schedule they were able to fill. And what we're really excited about is coming here to Ravensclaw, which is a first-class golf course, which will allow these ladies who are aspiring to be on the LPGA Tour really test their game to see if they have what it takes to get to the next level.
How large a field will you have?
We'll have 144 players, so the players come from 40 countries all around the world, obviously, and that really is reflective of the fact that golf is becoming more and more international, and the LPGA and the Symetra Tour are following suit. So this will be an event that will be followed in 40 countries around the world. They'll be playing for a $100,000 purse. The top finisher will make $15,000, and the field of the 144 players, the top 60 in ties will make the cut and be able to play on Saturday. It's a 54-hole event, so they'll play Thursday, Friday, cut to 60 in ties, and then final round on Saturday.
And they're playing for a lot more than that. When you look at what is available to the top 10 money earners on this tour, they get to graduate to the big tour.
Absolutely. So the players that are playing here will graduate the top 10 money winners at the end of the season onto the LPGA Tour, but there will be another 5 or so that will still come through the LPGA Tour qualifying school. So if people come out here, of the 144 players who are playing here, probably somewhere between 10 and 15 of them will be on the LPGA Tour next year. So it's a great opportunity to get up close and personal with the future stars of the LPGA, and the fact that this will be the 6th event, they'll already start shuffling in, so people will have a pretty good idea of kind of who some of those top names are going to be.
Should be a great time here in Montgomery County. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I know the list is long, but welcome to Montgomery County.
Thank you very much.
Well, the architect of Ravensclaw, Ed Sheeran. And Ed, for you, this has got to be a big feather in your cap, huh?
Well, it's going to be a thrill. It's a real honor, first of all, and a privilege to see how the best women golfers in the world are going to dissect it.
Without getting too wordy,
Right.
How would you describe what you have here at Ravensclaw?
Well, the intent from day one was to build a player's course in the classic fashion of the Philadelphia School of Golf Course Architecture. So the same way, the same shot values, not that it's Murrian, not that it's White Marsh Valley or Huntington Valley or manufacturers, but the same approach that those architects, Flynn, Wilson, Thomas, Ross, did on those courses. We incorporate all those design concepts into here, which is strategic golf.
Right, and now it's going to be put to the test of some of the better players on, the Symetra Tour, obviously,
Sure.
who are playing for a lot.
Yep.
When you consider the top 10 money earners at the end of the year move up to the LPGA Tour.
Well, and just like the Web.com Tour, the Symetra Tour, typically those players have to go lower. So they're going full tilt. It's like their last run at the Olympics. They got one shot at it. So they're playing not just to stay on the tour, they're playing to get to the next tour.
Emily Gimple, we talked to Emily, and she, of course, from White Marsh. You know Emily's background. She going to call you maybe for some tips?
She knows how to play this course. She's played in Montgomery County Amateur here. But anything she needs to do to get an inside advantage, I'll be happy to give her that information.
There's the inside track that Emily's looking for. Ed, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I hope you get over these crutches in time to enjoy the tournament here in late May.
Well, I will. I think I'll be fine by then. Thank you.
One of our partners on Inside Golf is Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board, the man in charge of all the marketing. No stranger to being on camera once in a while is Ed Harris. Ed, were you and therefore Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board really involved in getting this thing here? I mean, with the LPGA Symetra Tour, I mean, how long did it take to get it from the first contact till today?
Yeah, there were several locations that went after this tournament. We were fortunate to rise to the top. There was some heavy competition, and we're just excited. They picked us, they selected Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and the Pottstown area to host one of their key events in the Symetra Tour.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Great week. We have Emily Gimple coming back to her roots in golf, and Jim Bromley, who gave her first lesson, is now the head pro here. So a lot of tie-ins.
Isn't that an awesome story? To have someone from Montgomery County compete in this big tournament right here in our backyard is special, and we're going to be talking about it in all of our publications, montcogolf.com. It's big, and we're excited.
Hey, viewers of Inside Golf, have you heard about Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine? Published by ex-Eagles and Philadelphia Stars tight end Ken Dunnick, these magazines offer the very best in content on subjects of interest to men. Writers include Bill Line and George Anastasia. And you can increase your business by attending our monthly private parties as an advertiser. Call 856-912-4007 or email ken@jerseymanmagazine.com for more information.
When we were first approached if we would be willing to have the course used for the week, give up all that we know it would take to be able to make this successful, we really didn't hesitate. Ed and I felt this was just an opportunity for us to not only showcase the work of Ravensclaw, what we feel is one of the best public courses in the five-county region. It was also our opportunity to do what we both believe is our commitment to golf.
Well, you know, before you know it, it's going to be May and Memorial Day, and they're going to be playing right here at Ravensclaw. Jim Bromley is relatively new to the site.
New to Ravensclaw, that's for sure.
Yeah. Ownership, everybody seems to be really getting excited about this. Jim, I'm sure you are as we get closer to the event. What's this going to mean, do you think, to this golf course?
Well, it's going to be a huge event for this golf course to get top-level players to go around the golf course, find out what they can do and how well the golf course holds up. And I think the golf course is going to hold up just fine with what we have coming.
Yeah, what is the biggest test, do you think, for not only the normal play here, the people that play Ravensclaw on a regular basis, but for these professionals?
There's going to be a few different tests, I believe. One, there's a couple of holes that are very difficult as far as ball striking goes. And then I think the greens are going to be the piece that really creates the most trouble. They're all different. They all have multiple levels, and you better hit your ball in the right spot.
Big greens?
They're big greens, and they have
undulation.
Lots of undulation.
All right. Sounds like a typical modern-day golf course. Huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's talk about one of the competitors who is no stranger to you. Her name is Emily Gimple. You go back to when she was just getting into the game. You were at White Marsh Valley. Her family was members there. Yep. And she was, 5 or 6 years old when she first came to you?
Yeah, Emily was 5 or 6, and boy, she had the biggest smile and the greatest attitude toward golf. And you knew that she had a little more than the average person. And the thing that she really had was the desire to play. And she would always play, always working on short game, always trying to find a way to get better. Her determination was big, and you know, she built her skills along the way, starting with short game, working on putting. I worked with her reading greens out on the golf course, and she's just continued, you know, through high school, through college, and now into the pro ranks. She's worked her butt off.
Jim, good luck with everything here at Ravensclaw for a great weekend.
Very great to see you. Thanks.
This is Randy Kresge. And he probably, among all the employees here at Ravensclaw, is the senior guy. He's the superintendent for the golf course. But Randy, you were involved in construction back in 2004.
Yep.
And since 2005 when it opened,
yep,
you've been the superintendent. So you probably know about Ravensclaw as well as anybody.
Yeah, pretty much. I know all the all the nooks and crannies of this place.
You ought to be a caddy when this tournament rolls around, huh?
Well, yeah, I can read the greens pretty good here.
Well, you're going to be in charge of getting not only the greens, but the whole golf course in shape. And I'm sure the LPGA Tour, the Symetra Tour, will work with you a little bit in fine-tuning it. But, you know, you and I were talking a little bit off camera about how this is what you do on a regular basis, getting the golf course in tip-top shape.
We try to keep it in good shape, you know, no matter whether we have an event or not. This is huge for us here. So obviously we're going to detail things a little bit more, you know, if they're going to want the rough a little higher, so we'll skip mowing that the week before, which makes us able to address other parts of the golf course, you know.
Well, Jim Bromley, your pro, told us that one of the things about this golf course on the greens, okay, undulation, a lot of it, large greens, and I'm sure you're going to be having them in perfect condition. Is there one area of the golf course that you work on maybe a little bit more than the other? Would it be the greens?
Well, yeah, I mean, we try to keep up with the greens and keep them rolling good, and you know, keep up with the tees, because we do get a lot of play here. So you know, that's one of the things that we are going to have to deal with that other places may not have to, because they do put a lot of rounds through here. So you know, that's going to make our job a little bit tougher, but you know, we'll get it.
I should ask you, what do we have on, what type of grass do we have, bent or Poe or combination?
Bent grass greens and tees and fairways, and Kentucky bluegrass rough. And yeah, we have some Poa, but like any other course.
You got to, right? It travels with you.
I mean, the course is almost 15 years old now, so, you know, I've been able to keep a lot of it out of the greens, but, you know.
You feel a little bit of pressure at all, or because of your experience here? Okay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, this is a big event for us, you know, and for us to host this. So, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think we'll do all right, and hopefully the weather holds up. And
it's been a tough spring, well, partial spring. We're really, I mean, the month of March was brutal, right?
Yeah, it was warmer in February than March, so.
How about when those high winds come through? Did you have some trees get damaged?
A little bit here and there, but nothing major. We try to keep up with the you know, dead trees and stuff like that. So limbs and minor stuff like that.
All right. Well, it's a big challenge, but you can handle it, right? You've been here for so many years. This is your little baby, and you're putting it on display.
That's right.
Randy, good luck. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
You're finding organizations that have a lot of money, who are also dedicated and committed to golf, are reinvesting themselves into the game.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues. We're at the Bluebell Inn with our teed off panel. The Bluebell Inn is a spot for maybe Mother's Day. It's coming up. What's the date? May 13th. They have a great brunch here. Call for reservations. Go online to bluebellinn.com. Remember what they say here at Bluebell Inn. They are ready and perfect for any occasion. Joining us today, publisher of Philly Man and Jersey Man magazine, former Eagle, and a golfer, an entrepreneur, Mr. Ken Dunnick. Good to see you, Kenny.
Great to be here.
Joe Logan, he is a golfer. He is an author. You're a man of many moods and talents from myphillygolf.com. Speaking of talents, we have Bob Shepard, PGA professional, been around a long time. Right, Shep?
If it was a
and
bottle of
enjoying
wine.
every second.
A bottle of wine, it would be very expensive.
Every swing. That's a good line. Kenny, there have been recently, it was announced that the DuPont Country Club down in the Wilmington area has been sold to a member of the DuPont family, Ben DuPont, who is an heir to the DuPont family legacy. He decided to get his hands on the country club named in his family's honor. I don't know, multiple facilities down there. How many, what do they have at least?
3 courses.
54 holes?
20-some tennis courts.
Okay. And it at one time was the host of the McDonald's LPGA Championship, which I know you covered, Joe.
A bunch, yeah.
Back in the 80s and 90s. And he said his model is going to be similar to what the Union League did first with Tarsdale Frankfurt, and now with Union National down at the old Sand Barons at the Jersey Shore. Just another part of the trend that's happening in golf.
Here, I think what you're seeing is you're finding organizations that have a lot of money, who are also dedicated and committed to golf, are reinvesting themselves into the game. I played Frankfort Tarrsdale recently. The course is immaculate. It's great. The clubhouse is unbelievable. And now they're branching out into the shore, into some other areas. And I think what you're seeing is that the people that have the deep pockets and who love the game are going to support the game by taking on these types of projects. And of course, the golf economy is still challenged, and I think that's part of the equation to make it what it is.
One of the courses at the shore that changed hands over the, shall we say, off-season, Joe, is the old Wildwood Golf Club. It's been around forever. I think 1910 or something, 1908, something like that. Yeah, I mean, what was down there beside the ocean? Back in 1908.
A couple of casinos.
Not 1908, I can guarantee you. Not legal casinos. But it's going to be renamed. It's called the Shore Club. And they are going to try to maybe tidy up some things with the clubhouse. And membership had been on the decline. I think they had less than 100 members full-time. Now they want everybody to be a full-time. So their model a little bit different, say, than what the Union League and what the DuPont family now is trying to do. But they want to keep it down there, down off of the Garden State Parkway. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think all of the clubs at the Jersey Shore for the longest time benefited from the casino industry. And they didn't have to market themselves as much as they might because people were coming to the shore for the casinos. That's not happening like it used to. And so they've got to find other ways to make themselves important and to draw golfers. So they're scrambling. They're all scrambling to try to figure out how do we repackage ourselves, to get golfers. One thing that's happening though at the shore, for instance, Union National is going to be for members only. Wildwood is saying private. The number of, public facilities, it dwindles a little bit. Where are those golfers going to play golf? Are they, or join? Well, sadly, in many cases, they're not playing. Right. We're seeing that go on, but there will still be enough. There's still a handful of pretty decent daily fee courses at the shore. Cape May National down there. Shoregate, Harbor Pines, Twisted Blue Heron, our good friend Ron Jaworski. Little plug for Jaws. Bobby, not far from where we are right now, right down Route 73, Center Square is going to be entering its final year of operation as a golf club. Recently announced, in fact, you alerted me to it, that they're going to have a housing development on the site of where Center Square has been 4 years. So another one will bite the dust at the end of the year. And 275 units going in. That's a lot of cars, a lot of customers for a golf course. But they're going to dissolve the course and make it houses. That's what they've decided. It's senior. Going to be. How much play did Center Square get? Do you know? They were busy every day, all day, unless the weather was bad. They were pretty busy. Great little golf course because it fit everybody's needs. The better the player was, he can go out there and shoot his lights out. And if you were just beginning, it was safe. You're going to lose a lot of balls. You're going to be in play all the time, and it's fun. It was a fun golf course. To lose it is really a tragedy, but there's nothing you can do. Everybody's, if you don't have the DuPonts and the Union League backing you, you're not going to survive too much. Now, the Union League and DuPont are trying to satisfy a family's entire needs. They're working on Wi-Fi, the tennis courts, the swimming, the women's golf, everything. They're really working hard. Physical fitness centers, so et cetera, et cetera. Get up in the morning, you load the Tahoe, and you drive over to the club, and at night you get done eating dinner, you drive the Tahoe home. And everybody was taken care of. I guess there's no other way to explain the golf course of the future. I think it's going to become a family unit. It's going to be a place that the family's going to go. And that's what we need, I think, in golf, especially if we have the DuPonts and the Union Leagues picking up where other people have not kept up with the operation of today's golf. It's a different world than it used to be. Just as long as they don't go to 15-inch diameter holes, I'll be fine with everything you talked about. Okay, I'll be good with that. The Velcro suit, where you throw the ball. Let's not go there. No. Gentlemen, thank you. We'll be back. Inside Golf continues with more in just a moment.
Located in Bluebell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
Everyone is looking for something. Consistency. Quality. Peace of mind. Found. The Haverford Trust Company.
As long as there is fear, as long as there is curiosity, as long as there are undiscovered corners of the earth, and as long as there is willingness and desire, then you are capable of more. The BMW Championship is coming to Philadelphia September 2018. The top 70 PGA Tour players will be there. Will you?
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Our thanks to everybody here at Ravens Claw as they get ready for the Valley Forge Invitational. What an event. Late May, some of the brightest prospects in women's golf from the LPGA Symetra Tour on display leading into the Memorial Day weekend here at beautiful Ravens Claw. I hope to see you out there. I'm Harry Donahue, and remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. See you next week on Inside Golf. Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia. GAP. Celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company, quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.